That's my favorite joke of all time.
What?
It's an old Facebook joke.
Yo. Okay, what's going on, everybody? I know it's been a while. Happy New Year, happy 2025. We got a lot of things going on. Been working out, been in our little bag. But coming back, starting off with our PGA tour. Now I've been doing this MyCareer, so I'm gonna try to catch up. We're close to the end. Got a few championship belts. And if anybody want that smoke, y'all know where to find me at. And I will be continuing the Kakarot and the Lego Star Wars series as well for y'all. The final rival. As you see in the FedEx standings, I'm top of the PGA Tour right now. First game I tied for 96. Second game, second, top for 14th. Top of second, I got my first championship. Won the Farmers Open. Top for third, top for fourth, top for 20th. Got another championship. Top for fifth at the Arnold Palmer. The Players Championship, bring that home. Yeah, Legends Championship, bring that home. The Norwood Individual. Okay, so we got 17 more golf courses we can play, you know. Plus, I'm already in the lead, so. Best record, 14 top 10s, 16 top 20s. Out of the 17 courses I played, I got 6 victories, ranked number 1. Ranked number 1 in winners too. Yeah, 3 PGA event victories. Farmers Open victory. And MyPlayer Championship victory. I got a Legends Course victory. I believe that's one more. Yeah. So we're kicking this one off.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans is about to start.
We're back in the Bayou, TPC Louisiana. Luke Elvey with Rich Beam. And Rich, take us through the first.
It's a gentle opening hole, 399 par 4. Real massive danger is hitting it down the left-hand side, a long fairway bunker that stretches down for most of the fairway. However, there is one more danger spot, and that's a kind of obvious one. It's the tree in the center of the fairway. Don't hit it. If you hit it, that's a bad shot. It's a fun opening hole, really small pot bunkers dotting the green up there. I have to say, it's fun, it's quirky, but it can bite you if you're not careful.
Can't wait to get into the action. Very excited to see how this player fares today.
This one should find the rough.
TPC Louisiana is a very interesting golf course made on some pretty flat land, Rich.
Absolutely, and this hole shows you exactly what to expect. Second shot to a very tiny green. Tiny greens dotting this entire layout. Hit one close here, and you can expect to make a birdie.
Playing their fourth shot. Ooh, that almost went down. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Ooh, nice looking putt. Facing early adversity there after opening up with a bogey.
Not what they're looking for. A little nervy out there so far.
Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
Setting up from the first cut here in the green. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This one will run uphill.
That's a lovely speed on that putt. So close to the hole. Let's head over to the 9th. This would be a great up and down. Oh, yes! What a shot. Oh, here she goes, marching up the leaderboard.
Good shot, good shot.
We have a par 3 on this one. Yeah, a quality shot from him. He'll be pleased. A birdie putt awaits. Just didn't drop. Just 10 feet to the cup here.
Surely it's going to.
And there it is. Sitting at 1 over for the event.
I should have got that birdie.
TPC Louisiana might be known as a birdie fest. However, you're going to find plenty of challenges, including the par 4 fourth.
How can bunkers that are so minuscule be so agonizing? That's exactly what these are down the left-hand side of the fourth hole. You avoid those, and you get a good look at the green for your second shot that gently works away from the player.
That's a high caliber shot. This putt is for a spot inside the top 10. Always nice to hold those for a birdie. That's a good way to move into the top 10. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we? From the sand, are they able to get up and down?
Ah, yes.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Rich, the fifth is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction, so driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design. Oh, check this out, showing us how it's done from the sand.
Wonderful shot by Tiger. Brilliant touch. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? And taking aim from around 100 yards here.
Downwind on this shot.
A little off the mark on that approach shot.
Wind got that one and took it wayward.
Even for the day. Tied for 6th position. Didn't that look good for a long time? And this one is for bogey. This one's dialed in and makes it for the bogey.
That hole looks double the size for this player this week.
Definitely warming up, y'all.
Trailing by a few shots after that hole. The 6 is a tremendous par 4. Plenty of golf hole, this one.
Water all the way down the left-hand side, so that's going to shove your tee shot out to the right, which make that second shot so much longer. Not much to this green. It's fairly flat, but finding it a 2, well, that's a tall order.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game, and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
And this putt to move them into a tie for second. Oh, so close. You know, Luke Donald once made all 400+ attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour.
You finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one.
Oh, here he comes into the top 10 with a bolt. The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot if you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side. You're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
Not bad. Chance to get one under the card with this putt.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
We can't make them all. Go tap it in. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The front 9 finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it.
That's frustrating.
And he's down there. You got to read.
He's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
For the par.
Here we go, Rich. The back 9 on Sunday. What are your thoughts so far?
3 strokes down with 9 to go, Luke. They're going to have to come up with something sporty to get to the top of the leaderboard at day's end. Yeah, that's just not going to work for him.
Time for the second shot at the 10th.
Nice out the rough here. Yep, they Houdini'd that. That's brilliant.
Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? Looking really good, this one. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. This is a par putt.
And nicely holed.
Time to catch up with the Canadian Brooke Henderson. Our player currently in second, making a really great shot.
Fantastic touch on this one.
Oh, that's the shot. Go ahead and make one. Don't worry about getting it up and down. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. The par 5 11th, very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're throwing it between a couple of bunkers, but the second shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. Green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement on it.
This one looks to be bunker bound, Rich. Not good. Even for the day. Tied for 5th. Fairway bunker shots aren't the easiest, but you made that look pretty straightforward. Opting for the 3-wood.
Yeah, this one's a little bit left. Not so nice.
And that's a poor lie. Will he be able to get out of here?
They'll have to get their best bunker technique out here because this is nasty.
Let's see if he can make this. Keep the par on the card.
Starting to look really good.
Nice comeback. That shows a lot of character. Be proud of that one.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee, great recovery.
He finds himself in a share of 4th.
They got to get straight birdies right now.
Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back 9. This par 4 measuring just under 5.
Hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy cornered to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. 4 strokes off the lead. Oh, almost went in. Here's some action from just a moment ago.
An absolute beauty here.
We should get this one, huh?
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. So, no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Certainly good at making the birdies, but let's avoid those bogeys. Lovely effort, that.
John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Tiger Woods as he gets set for his next shot here on the 18th.
How about those hands? The hands of a surgeon. A great way to close out the day with a little chip in.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up from about 130 yards out.
Getting ready to play their third. 4 shots behind our leader. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Oh, just missed. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Ooh, right by the hole. I don't want to drop any more shots. Let's make this for double. Looking good. Moving down the leaderboard after that hole. Well, for all the opportunities 13 provides you, you don't get too many here at the par 3 14th. It's a beast.
As easy of a birdie opportunity as the 13th was, 14, yeah, not so much here. Even though the green is quite large in size, it's difficult to hit with a long iron.
Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
You can get great connection on this one. The rough's not going to cause any trouble. It's sitting good.
And here we are with the third shot. Oh, that one just missed the hole. 16 feet to the cup.
Try and keep that scorecard a little less dirty. This is for bogey.
Five feet coming up to the cup.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
Yeah, you'll take that. Now 8 shots back after that hole. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right, avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making 4.
And choosing the 8 iron here. Getting ready to play their third. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And a par putt awaits him. That's well holed. And now at +4 for the round. Well, as we approach the final holes here at TPC Louisiana, the short par 4 16, Rich, it's a good one, but also a challenging one.
Only the brave will take driver out on this short hole. Long irons, hybrids, fairway woods down the left-hand side is just fine.
And here we are with the third shot. Oh, absolutely flushed. An opportunity to make a par here. That will work. Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole.
If you ought to win at TPC Louisiana, you've got to hit a couple of very important shots late. The tee shot here at 17, Rich, is one of them.
A tee shot that no player likes to face. Water all the way down the left-hand side. The bailout zone out to the right falls away from the green. No fun whatsoever.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Getting ready to play their third. How close was that to going down? Oh, I like the look of that shot there, Beamer.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage.
The closing hole at TPC Louisiana has water all the way down the right, Rich, but that's not its only issue.
Bailing out to the left, you'll find some menacing bunkers that you want no part of. However, if you find the fairway, going for it in two would be very tempting.
I've seen worse looking swings in a playground.
This sand shot awaits.
This putt is for a final score of 76. Looking really good, this one. That's all she wrote, folks. His work is done here. Well, I'm sure that wasn't what this player had in mind for this event, but hopefully there's something better in their immediate future.
Yeah, that is putting it very gently there, Luke. Not very much happening at all in this player's game this week.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HP Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. UK Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Wells Fargo Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, proud to be alongside 2002 PGA winner Rich Beam. What's this opening hole like?
512 yards, par 4. Thank you very little. Dogleg to the right, bunkers down the left-hand side. only reserved for the long hitters, but the second shot to a very narrow green that sits down below the player, it's a very difficult opening hole. You make 4 here, you're pretty happy.
Well, it's all promising to be a good day. Can't wait to see what happens. this should find the short grass from about 200 yards out.
Pretty good win back into the player's face.
Opting for the 5-iron. Playing within their comfort zone there. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Firm back up the hill. This will be a good one.
That'll sting a bit. A par putt on the table. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Just 3 feet to the cup.
They'll be happy to get this in the hole. This for bogey.
Sitting at 1 over for the day. Time to tee off at the second. This shot from the first cut of rough. Not sure if that's how they drew it up.
Come out of the rough, your distance control gets off.
Well, there's action aplenty all over the course. Let's have a look at this highlight from another player.
Third shot now.
Nicely holed. Well, there's the line, the green side bunker. Can they get this one up and down? Time now for the fourth shot. Heck, oh, what a touch of class. Holds it from the sand. That shot's so good, we need to have another look.
I know.
Just look at how they get this ball up and out of the sand.
Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. Always the toughest hole in the game. A long par 4. Well, doesn't take a genius to know that this is not a good place to be. Quality shot, that one. And here we are with the third shot. And here we are with their fourth. They're a long way from the hole here. Work to be done. Oh, just missed that one. And this next putt here is for a double bogey. Sitting at 3 over for the day. Par 3s always offer up that hope of a hole-in-one. Going with the 8-iron here. That should set up another chance. And now we go to the 6th, where this happened just a moment ago. Lining up for his second.
Yes, it's in.
And back to the course with the live action. And this putt to move into the top 20. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Putting for a par here. There it is. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 5th.
That swing reminded me of smooth jazz. Great rhythm.
Let's go to John Rahm. And this putt to move into a tie for first place.
Come on, ball. Come on.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Is that what they had in mind?
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
This would be a great up and down. Well, that's very crafty, isn't it?
Love watching this player around the greens.
Down she goes. Let's head to the next. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. Let's see what happens here on the 6th.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. This is buckets. Yeah, that's lovely weight. Getting it right up by the hole. Excellent job. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Oh, exciting times on the tee of a par 5. Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson? Sitting at 1 under. Currently tied 3rd, just a couple out of top spot. Wow, what a save.
Saving one there after being all over the parking lot, chipping in for the par.
Playing this shot from about 230 yards out.
Wind is blowing right to left here, and they're going to go ahead and ride the wind back to this pin.
Going with the 5-iron here.
Getting ready to play their third. Playing their fourth shot. Not sure what the intent was there. Well, this is one of those lies that dictates a shot. It doesn't seem like it's a tough one. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? And this next putt, it's for bogey.
John Rahm holds a familiar spot of top spot on this leaderboard.
A chance to put last hole's bogey behind them here at this tee.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
That should find the cut stuff. Let's take another look at Tiger from earlier.
He's a sharp shooter from short range, isn't he?
Okay, time to return to the action. Time for the second shot at the 8th. Oh, well done. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
This is their look at birdie.
Ooh. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This is about 24 feet for him here.
That was a gallant attempt. This putt is about 10 feet from the hole. In it goes, and that's unfortunately back-to-back bogeys.
They're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the third round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with them, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
That was wonderfully done. Second shot here on the 10th hole.
Oops, this one's headed for the rough.
Coming off a streak of 3 bogeys. Time now for the 4th shot. Playing their 5th shot.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Golf Club Championship. Today's coverage is about to kick off. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hey Luke, so great to be here with you and Rich. Looking forward to following this group down on the course today, because this player has developed a rivalry with none other than Tiger Woods. They certainly do not lack in confidence. This is going to be a very entertaining group to follow.
Well, Henny, quite a challenge that this player has set for themselves. We've seen them beat many of their rivals this season, but there are not many people that can go up against the great Tiger Woods and succeed. History's told us that.
Oh, well, they certainly do not lack in confidence. This is going to be a very entertaining group to follow indeed.
I'm jumping around in my seat, and I can also see Rich Beam doing exactly the same. He managed this feat back in 2002 when he won the PGA at Hazeltine over the great Tiger Woods.
Oh, please, Luke, don't mention that. Once we get Rich on his high horse, there's no getting him down again. Although he has shown that it can be done. Tiger Woods can be beaten. However, it is such a tall order. I know that this player has beaten all of these incredible roster of players in all these rivalries so far, but come on, this is Tiger Woods. Can it really be done today?
Well, that's the question we're going to get answered, aren't we? Very few people have ever laid claim to beating Tiger head-to-head. Good luck in your rivalry. You're going to need it. Not quite the shot he was wanting. Henny, that ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole.
11 feet to the cup.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Okay, steady now. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. So it'll be a par to start their round.
That's a rock solid par right there.
He currently shares 4th position. Here we are at the second tee.
Players looking to make 4 here, but never disappointed with a par 5.
That's heading into the rough, I think. Oh, this is not a good outcome. Buried in the deep stuff. From about 100 yards. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. A bit wild on approach there.
A bit short with that effort.
Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
Judging it beautifully.
Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
Let's catch up with Tiger Woods, shall we?
That's inside the range.
And now this is what can happen when you start up a rivalry with a player of this caliber, now pulling further ahead of his playing partner. What a shot to make.
Here we are at the third.
Just one bunker surrounds the screen. A difficult par 3 to say the least.
Okay, let's get those 2 important things back, timing and tempo.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
If he makes this, he'll save his par. So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall.
Tiger not finna beat me out.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard. That dog will hunt.
And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars. And
oh, how good is that? Buries it for birdie as well.
Wow, what can you say? Holing it out from the fairway. Every player loves that feeling. What a shot indeed.
Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Let's see what happens here at the 5th.
Dog legs from right to left. The big danger here is the green. 3 different tiers on this green. Find the correct one. You'll have a birdie opportunity. Miss it, and it's going to be a difficult 2-putt.
Henny, how's that ball lying?
It's tough to see from here.
He's eyeing this up and he's pleased with what he's seeing. This is sitting nicely.
Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. Good shot there. 19 feet to the hole.
He's got this for his par.
Just didn't drop. That's disappointing. Just a 4-footer remaining. Don't want to miss it. Could be costly. Well, at least it wasn't a double.
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next.
We've arrived at a par 4 hole.
Bunkers down the right-hand side are a nuisance. The pond fronting the left part of the green should not come into play if players find the fairway off their tee shots. Second shot to a very flat green. You can get it close, but still difficult on this long par 4.
I'll tell you what, there's been some great golf being played all over the course. Let's have a look at this. Wow, that's bold. The 6th hole, particularly the approach, Rich, at TPC Boston's a very strong one.
If they put the pin other than front left near the water, it's a good birdie opportunity. But once that pin sneaks over to the left-hand side, watch out. Bogeys and doubles come into the equation very quickly.
And here we are with their 4th.
3 shots off the lead.
Ooh, that almost went down. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup.
And that putter's hold, and that means it's back-to-back bogeys, unfortunately.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Yeah, I can understand if you're disappointed by the bogey, but here's an opportunity to bounce back.
Par 5, 600 yards straight away. Wanting to make birdies, but par is a good number.
Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Let's hope this one gets a good lie because it's heading towards the rough. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
Opting for the 6-iron. Well, that should find the bunker. Playing their 4th shot. 5 shots off the pace. Time for the 5th shot. 5 shots off the lead. Oh, I thought that one was going in.
This one for bogey.
Well done.
Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
Oh, he's in the spot he feels most comfortable. That's first place. I don't think he's going to want to let that go.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard.
And a very familiar sight. Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard.
And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine.
Par 3, bunkers left and right. Not an easy par 3, to say the least.
Outstanding shot. High quality.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Good looking putt.
And he'll be proud of that one. Good way to bounce back from the bogey at the last.
He finds himself in a share of 13th.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Here we are at the final hole on the front 9.
9th hole, bunkers down the left will not come into play And this green sits below the players on their second shot. We have seen birdies made here in the past, but they are really difficult to come by.
Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era and just how dominant he was?
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger, no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at. Their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
Oh, well played. 2 over for the day in a share of 10th position. Choosing the 9-iron here. It's a little wayward.
Another missed green in regulation. They got to do better.
Time now for the 4th shot. 5 strokes behind our leader. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
That one goes down for bogey. Look who's stalking us all on top of the leaderboard. It's Tiger Woods.
Time to tee off on the 11th.
Par 3 measures 231 yards from the back. A very difficult test indeed. A long green that is unforgiving as it slopes from back to front quite severely. Birdies are hard to run by, as pars can be as well.
Opting for the 5-wood.
That's definitely left of the green.
Second shot here on the 11th. Didn't that look good for a long time?
And if this can go down, he'll save par.
And down it goes. Let's head to the next.
Why don't we catch up with what Tiger Woods is up to?
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Beautiful shot.
What an amazing play out of the greenside bunker. Up and in the hole. Nicely done.
And as we head to the next, it's Tiger on top of the leaderboard. Next up is this 2-shot hole.
Par 4, 510 yards. Good luck.
This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Rich, we saw it right throughout Tiger Woods' career. Just epic shot after epic shot. What was the best shot you ever saw Tiger hit?
We were playing in 2002 in the Grand Slam of golf over in Hawaii. Justin Leonard, Davis Love, Tiger, and myself. And we, on the second day, wind's blowing at a pretty good clip on the par 5. I think it was number 7. And you had to bust 2 shots to get there. Nobody, I mean, it was nearly impossible. And in fact, it was impossible 3 out of the 4 of us to get it home in 2. Well, Tiger gets up there on this par 5 the second day. He's already leading by like 800, I think. And he drills one right down the middle. I lay up with a 3-wood. That's how hard it's going. I lay up with a 3-wood to about 70, 80 yards. And this little green is a little peninsula. It kind of goes from left to right, a little bit of a fade if you're a right-handed player, with water on the front part of the green and the pins in the back right. And he gets up there and smokes driver off the deck into about a 25-mile-an-hour wind to about 6 feet away. And I look over at my caddy and I go, is this for real? I mean, are you sure that we're not in a video game right now? Because that's just not possible. I mean, it literally, the second shot off the deck with the driver was hit about forehead high and traveled about 270 into the wind. And the ball just kind of hung there, seemingly just about 20 feet off the ground, just hung there. And kept hanging, kept hanging, kept hanging, and fell right exactly where he wanted it to. It was unbelievable. And at that moment in time, you kind of sit there and look at yourself on the inside and you go, whew. I don't have that shot, and I don't even know how to make up for a shot like that I don't have. You just knew that you're just kind of sitting there watching something that nobody else in the game can do. It's phenomenal.
Let's take a look at the current standings.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. We've arrived at a par 4.
Par 4, sweeping from right to left down the hill. This is a challenging hole.
The 14th hole at TPC Boston is a par 5 for the locals, a converted par 4 for the tournament, Rich, and it's a strong second shot down the hill.
Second shot, very narrow opening to this green. If you miss it out to the right in the bunkers, you have a difficult time getting it up and down. Out to the left, you have some options. Pars can be made.
What's in front of them, Henny?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
Yeah, that's well judged. And this putt coming up for his par. Trailing by 4 strokes. Time to face a par 4 now.
Par 4, 421 yards. A lot of fun can be had here, but be careful of the green. It'll get you if you're not careful.
That's nicely done. Henny, what's the player facing here?
And from about 105 yards.
That's not the shot they're after.
And coming up well short.
A chance to save the par if he can make this one.
What a putt. Started this perfectly.
Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Stepping up to the 16th tee now.
Par 3, I don't need to mention the one on the left-hand side. It speaks for itself.
This is the all-important stretch. Time to make your move. Yep, that shot safely on the green.
Outside chance for birdie here, Luke.
Top effort, that.
Just a short putt remaining here. Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
You're kidding me. Did he hold that?
Tough bunker shot, no bother whatsoever for this player. They find the bottom of the cup.
And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
Severe dogleg from right to left. Second shot down the hill to a very narrow green.
That's tiny.
Well, Rich, the 17th hole at TPC Boston, I think the most important thing is positioning your tee shot so you can get a clear look at the green here.
A very narrow green, actually bisected in two by Santa Claus's belly, thus the size of it. Find the right level, you have a birdie opportunity.
Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
This is important. Big par putt here.
Was on a good line. In she goes. Let's head to the next.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top.
This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. Time for the second shot on the 18th. Yeah, this is the stuff we love, getting after this par 5 in 2.
I tell you what a sensational play. This player stepped up their game. A bold play, hopefully a bold reward.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 9 feet from the cup.
The putt drops, and this player is finished for the day. And as this event comes to a close, it'll be a top 10 finish for this player.
Top 10s are always good, Luke. It gives you some confidence going into the next tournament.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.